How big is Age of Conan realm? I mean, comparing to other MMORPGs games.
You mean big in terms of content, or?
I mean, in terms of content and in terms of space that's covered.
It's I wouldn't say it's not as big as World of Warcraft, because World of Warcraft has had 4 years and 2 expansions to grow. So we obviously don't have that, but it's comparable to other MMOs like Dark Age of Camelot and so on. It's a game that is I would say equal in size to the other biggest MMOs out there, and we're constantly adding more content now. For instance, a month ago we patched out to the servers an entirely new outdoor area called Ymir's Pass that introduced about 15 hours more gameplay. So it's a staggeringly huge game. It has tens of square kilometers of game space to explore.
How long you need to play when they stop you calling noob, right?
Level 20, I would say. It's like the first level 20. The first 20 levels of Age of Conan is a single-player adventure. You play for the first 20 levels, but you sometimes you see other players and you talk to other players, but it's mostly a single-player driven story that you progress through. And when you have reached level 20, you leave this area and you step into the real MMO world, and that's when you're not a noob anymore, I would say.
And what is the highest level?
Level 80. So there's a lot of levels.
And how much time do I need to spend to achieve level 80?
That's a good question, but I think it's all up to how you play. Some people is probably going to use months, if not years, and some people can probably do it in weeks. I have heard of people who finished it in way too short time, so I have no idea if they have some magic device to extend the hours in the day or something. But some people can do it amazingly fast. But most people, I can say this: it's comparable to World of Warcraft, to reaching level 60 in World of Warcraft. So it's for a regular player, it should be a few months at least.
And what is your level?
My level? I have all sorts of level characters. I can cheat.
For how long do you think that would Age of Conan last?
I would hope it would last forever. I don't think you can really put a lifetime on MMOs yet, because most MMOs that are out there now that came out many years ago are still alive and kicking. Like EverQuest that launched in, I think it was 98 or 99. I'm not sure actually, but it's been out for about 10 years now. And it's still alive. It's still doing really well. So it's I don't want to be a prophet of Age of Conan's ending or anything like that. But I can tell you one story, and that is we have another MMO called Anarchy Online that we released in 2001.
I was playing a couple of years ago.
Exactly. So 7 years ago it launched, and when we launched it, we said, well, there's going to be a 4-year story. And when those 4 years are up, we're going to pull the plug and Anarchy Online will be closed down. And this is 7 years later, and we're still running the game. So, things change.
There are a lot of MMORPGs on the market, and do you think that at some time there would be no space for any others?
Well, there is a danger of oversaturating the market, getting too many worlds out there and not having the population to support it. Right now, I think there's a lot of MMO players, but they're all caught up in World of Warcraft. So what I think it's up to developers to do something that will make them change over to another game. I think that's the biggest thing right now. So, and I urge game developers, and that's something we're trying to live by in Funcomu as well, to do something different, not try to copy World of Warcraft, because no one's ever going to copy the success of World of Warcraft. It's a game that it's very hard to rival, so you have to do something new and unique, and that's what we tried doing with Age of Conan. I think we succeeded to a degree, but it's something that we're going to continue even more in our upcoming MMOs, like a game called The Secret World that we're working on now. We're most definitely going to take it even further away from World of Warcraft, I believe.
Yeah, let's assume I'm a noob and I don't really like MMORPGs, but I thought once that I would buy one. So why I should choose Age of Conan, and what is the main thing that could put me in?
Well, first of all, I think the first thing is graphics. The game is just visually way beyond anything else in MMO genre. I mean, it's way beyond World of Warcraft, and EverQuest 2, and all of these games. It just looks tremendously beautiful. You also have real-time action combat. Instead of just clicking on icons and watching your character fight for you, you can actually control every move of your character and actually control your character in a very arcade action RPG sort of way, which just adds another a new dimension to MMO combat. And the third, I would say, is the mature rating. It's a game for adults. It has sexual undertone. It has nudity. It has lots of gore and violence where you get your head kicked off even, actually. So it is a game that, as I was saying, is very different from most other MMOs out there on the market.